Welcome back to One Consciousness. Do you all know of the wonders when you step into your animal's world with them and surrender to them and be with them? Time doesn't exist. No longer are they at that very point looking to you for their care. In that moment, we change roles significantly. They are helping and guiding us into their world. The way they experience the world is so different from our experience of it. It is so unfathomable until you start to enter into it. The way they see everything, what they are feeling in their innermost being, it is a sacred part of their being, and it is their soul that they invite you into. And what happens there? That is where the magical, entrancing dialogue begins. They want to connect with us on that level too. It is our souls they see into. It is the soul-to-soul connection that they ache for. And many of us ache for that too. Where do we start this week with so much happening? The message from my animals is focusing on the massive parts we all have to play in bringing in and forming the new earth. Are you feeling ready for it as we enter into the most amazing times we will ever have experienced on this earth? We are moving away from the hierarchical structure that is fast collapsing now, and into times where we'll be focusing on the power of the collective, creating communities of like-minded beings, focusing not on individualism, but on how we work together effectively to further raise the vibration, frequency, and energy of the earth and the universe, raising the consciousness to expand every area of our lives together. Our animals understand the process and what is happening and ask us not to worry about all these changes. They're asking us to follow them, and they will help to guide us into the new earth. They are already able to travel through the different dimensions, even whilst they physically appear to be with us on Earth. So this week, while we were talking ahead of their weekly message, just to clear up any confusion, they wanted to make it clear that you don't have to die to be able to travel to another dimension. There is a different way of being in these other dimensions and being able to travel through them, whilst we are still physically here on Earth. This may feel hard to understand in our current consciousness as humans, but it is this expansion of our consciousness that they are helping us with, and constantly, and have been helping us with for some time. And it's important to say at this point too, that many of your animals' communications may feel as though they are from another world. And this can be off-putting when you first start working with them, as though you're going into something else that you aren't familiar with. And where is all the information coming from? We will be talking about this in future videos. So let's go now on to the most important part today, which is of course the animal's message for this week. So to recap, first of all, we were discussing about being in different dimensions, having your physical body in this dimension, but being able to travel in some way through to other dimensions, and that you don't need to die first before this can happen. And what they were saying is, we don't ask you to understand at the moment, but we ask you to believe us, and we will show you when the time is right. The upgrading of the DNA will affect people in different ways. We all have different soul missions, and we each receive the messages that we need to. We each have our own part to play, but that doesn't mean that we focus on individualism. And we have been on Earth for some time. It was to understand our part in what is happening and understand that we are all connected and that one part is carried out by one person, one by another, one by your animals, all separate, but all for the benefit of the whole. And that is the change in the outcome, that it's for the benefit of the whole. We will be more focused on benefiting the collective, the one consciousness, and how you rise in that scenario together. We can't get there on our own. This is a collective mission.